Did you know that the first murder was committed by a guy named Cain? Well, in just a few minutes, we're going to find out why. Cain and his brother Abel were the sons of Adam and Eve, the first man and woman. Now, their dad, Adam, was a farmer, and their mom, Eve, was a homemaker. And one day, they both made offerings to God. Now, Adam was a pretty good farmer, so he had plenty of stuff to sacrifice. And God was pleased with his offering. But when it was time for Abel to give something to God, he didn't have any crops or livestock like his brother. So instead, he did the only thing he could. He gathered some fruit from a fig tree and laid it at the foot of the mountain as a gift. Now, God wanted to show favor to Abel and accept his offering, but when Cain saw that, he got really angry and jealous. I mean, he had spent all this time carefully selecting his offering, and his brother was just giving fruit from a tree. So as the story goes, when it was time for God to come down the mountain and see the offerings, Cain gave him all the crops and livestock he had prepared, and God looked at them and said, "This is a gift from my son Cain, and I want you to accept it." But Abel replied, "No, these gifts are not for me, they're for God." So God was very angry, and he said, "Why are you being so selfish? Just give your brother what he wants and let him give you what he has." And then something incredible happened. The fig tree that Abel had used for his offering began to produce figs, and they were the sweetest figs anyone had ever tasted. So Cain was pretty upset because he realized that his brother wasn't just a fig farmer. He was a fig farmer with a fig tree that produced the sweetest figs in the world. And it was all because he had chosen to give God a gift from his fig tree instead of some fruit from the ground. Well, to make a long story short, the jealousy and anger that Cain had been feeling grew into hatred. And that hatred grew until he wanted to hurt his brother. And as the story goes, that's exactly what he did. You see, when we choose to hold on to our anger and jealousy, it can consume us until we do something terrible. And that's exactly what happened to Cain. His anger consumed him and caused him to do something he would later regret. So the next time you feel consumed by anger or jealousy, remember the story of Cain and choose to let it go. Because when we choose to hold on to our anger and jealousy, it can grow until it consumes us. That's all for now. See you next time.